Well, I did it. I taught my first class in yoga, and I think it went well. When I went to go watch the yoga class, there was a situation where a young girl, this is a college town, and so there are a lot of young people from different parts of the country in this town, and this young girl came up to the instructor and said, "I don't know how to do this yoga. I do Kundalini yoga at home." And the instructor said, "Oh, what's that?" And she said, "Well, there's more chanting in it." And the yoga said, the instructor said, "Oh, we don't do that." And I felt so bad for the girl because I felt like she was totally blown off. And I was really kind of hoping to connect with her. I was hoping, A, that she'd come back to class because I felt like she was so rude to her that she might not even come back. But I was hoping that she'd come back and that we could talk about Kundalini or anything she wanted to talk about. And at the end of class, that woman came up and said, "Oh, thank you so much. It was a great set. I never would have known you weren't a teacher if you hadn't told us." So, I mean, which doesn't say a lot because, I mean, I know that she is very young. What it does say, though, is that I gave her just a little bit more. And so I'm happy for that. I listened to Steve Craig X. I want to thank you because you left a response to my video that said you have no right to be teaching yoga, and you are so right. And I knew you were right, and I understood that even before I took the position. I understood that, but I was so tied up in needing to get a job because we closed the grocery store. That is another story. I wanted to get a job that I really liked, and I was really thinking of myself, and you kind of brought me back down to earth and made me rethink everything. And there was a point where I was thinking I maybe should just not accept this position. But then I thought that if I don't accept this position, those people that I saw in that first class I watched will forever be out of position and out of alignment and maybe stressing their bodies in ways they shouldn't, and maybe not understand that you just don't wake up one day and decide you're going to teach yoga, or that you're going to learn how to teach yoga and you're going to do it yourself. I mean, so I told my class, I said, if this were the real world, I would not be teaching yoga. It takes many years to learn how to do yoga, and it takes many more years to learn how to instruct. So I told them that, and at the end of class, everybody stayed in the corpse position for a very long time, and they were very meditative, and I thought that that was an indication that they had a relaxing, nice, stretching yoga experience. Because usually they get up and they bolt right out of class. So that was good. I think that was a good thing. I want to thank everybody for your input. I want to thank Motorhead One for you talking about mixing it up, because that's a really good idea, and I never ever would have thought that. I'm very linear and I'm very strict, so I like to keep things all in line and learn it until you do it perfect and then maybe move on. So I like that idea. I should throw in some new things just to keep it interesting, because not everyone's like me. And I want to thank Peach in SL for all your detail. You must have been mortified watching my video and me being like, I want to teach yoga. I mean, it must have been mortifying for a lot of you people out there, like it was for Steve X. Craig, and I thank him for saying something. But thank you for your detail and your support. Thank you so much. I go back to your notes a lot. And Leslie, or the Paper Moon, thank you very much for your visual on being a musician. Because I remember, I mean, it's a visual to me because I remember how I thought of my diaphragm when I was taking trumpet lessons, and how I used my diaphragm to extend my breath. And I know you're right, you can't feel your diaphragm, but it is there, and it's such an integral part of breathing, and thank you very much for that. Also, Steve Camaro, you made me laugh really hard with that. And you caught your buddy with his yoga mat under his arm in his flip-flops. That was a really funny scene for me all last week. I don't know why, but just seeing some guy get busted with that stuff is just kind of funny, and just the fact that you think it was busted, that was just funny, and it kept me smiling all last week. And last week was really hard because we closed the grocery store. We did this 50% off sale, and it was super crazy, and all the people who should have shopped at our grocery store came in to get the 50% off. Even the owner, who totally lied about the numbers, came in to get 50% off. So it was such a drag. And this successful yoga class was really good for me. So thank you all for your information and for responding to me. And I'll let you know if anything changes in the yoga scene. I appreciate it. And wait, I forgot. Paper Moon. Are you talking about The Paper Moon, the movie The Paper Moon? Leslie, is that where you got your name from? Because I just saw The Paper Moon last weekend, and that's such a great movie. I love that movie so much, and I just want to like say, oh, I love that movie too, if that's what you got your name after. If it's not, you should see that movie. But that movie is so funny because I used to hate women when I was younger, like slapstick funny women. A woman could be funny, but she always had to be pretty when I was a little girl. And if she was like out of control, it just made me kind of nervous. Like Ruth Buzzy and Lily Tomlin. Those were women that I didn't really like. And as I grew up, I learned to like these slapstick funny, not always gorgeous women. And Madeline Kahn is so great in that movie. And my favorite scene in the whole movie, and I say this all the time in my life, it's like a pun just to me, and nobody really knows what I'm talking about, but when a suitor comes to her apartment door and she's in a nightgown, and he goes into the door shuts, and all you hear her say is, "You're ripping it! You're ripping it!" That is the best. That is so funny. I just love that kind of humor. It's just so understated. Just perfect humor. Anyway, I love The Paper Moon, and if that's what your name is named after, then cool. If not, see that movie. Tatum O'Neal is fantastic in it. Anyway, bye.